Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to use Scratch to create a joke or a play between two characters. So the first thing I'm going to do is get rid of our friend Scratch Cat, and I'm going to set the scene. And selecting a backdrop from the library, I'm going to bring in the Spotlight stage under the Indoors category. I can just close the old background to get rid of it. And I want to import two sprites that are going to be the characters in our program. So choosing a sprite from the library, I'm going to go to People, and my first character is going to be a girl. So I'm going to choose this one, Girl 5. And I'll bring her down to here. My second character is going to be a boy. So going into People again, I'm going to choose this one, Boy 3. And I'll bring him onto the stage there. Now we've got a slight problem here because the boy and the girl are facing in the same direction instead of facing towards each other. But I can click on the boy sprite here, go into Costumes, and in Scratch's editing tools, I can flip him left to right. The boy has two costumes and I'll want to do that for both costumes. Now before we go any further, I'm going to name these costumes and the sprites so I can easily identify them in our program. So clicking on this one here, I'm going to make it Boy Laughing. And this one here, Boy Shrugging. And I could be picky and just take the 3 off the name Boy there. Similarly, I'll just call this one Girl. And while she does have two costumes, we're only going to use one, so I'll get rid of that one. Now let's give our sprites some instructions for a really bad joke. Okay, script for the girl. When the green flag is clicked, we have say for a certain number of seconds or say on its own. I'm going to choose say, hey, I've got a joke for you. And I'll make that last for 3 seconds. And then I'll make the girl wait for 3 seconds while the boy replies. Moving on to the boy. When the green flag is clicked, he's going to say, okay, let's hear it for 3 seconds. Let's try this out. I forgot to put a wait at the beginning of the boy's script. So let's pop in wait 3 seconds there and try it again. And that's what we want, because he's got to wait while the girl is talking. So let's build this up. Going into the girl, looks, say, my dog's got no nose for 3 seconds. And then wait for 3 seconds. And then for the boy, he's going to wait 3 seconds while the girl's saying, my dog's got no nose. And he's going to say, how does it smell? And the girl is going to reply, terrible. Just like this joke. And we'll have that for 2 seconds since it's a bit shorter. And the boy's going to wait 2 seconds whilst the girl's talking. Then we'll have him groan for 3 seconds at the very end. So let's try out our program with both of these scripts running in parallel with each other. That's at the same time. Unfortunately, Scratch doesn't let us see both scripts at the same time because they belong in different sprites. That's just a limitation we have to work around. didn't quite work, did it? That's because we made a little mistake here. In the boy script, that should have been for 3 seconds as well. So let's try that now. One last thing. It would be really good if we could use the boy's different costumes to make it look like he's asking a question when he says, "How does it smell?" So, in the boy sprite, just before he says, "How does it smell?" let's switch to the costume, boy shrugging. And just before he says, "Groan," let's switch back to him laughing. And to make sure that he always starts on the right costume, at the very beginning, let's switch to boy laughing, just in case for any reason we've run our program halfway through and he's stuck on the wrong costume. So let's try our final program. Great program, terrible joke. Let's see if you can do better.